जी, thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I would like to thank His Excellency Makaka for inviting me to be part of this session. Today, I discuss something about the updated technologies, youth, the government policies, what the universities are going to do, and what they are expected to do for the next generation preparation with respect to the future requirements. So here is the agenda of my talk that I will discuss today. This is my brief profile. I am Dr. Khattuk, listed among top 2% scientists for the consecutive second year. I'm working as Director of Science and Technology at Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. Earlier, I served as Dean Computing at NUST University, Islamabad as well. We also have some funding from ISESCO for big data analytics and edge computing. And we are also collaborating with UNESCO IFEP, that is Information for All program in Pakistan. My research area is AI, IoTs, and smart cities. There are some research contributions and some international collaboration there as well. We are collaborating across the globe. Earlier, the most important thing that we were focusing was US, because I did my PhD research and postdoctorate in the United States. Then for another postdoc, I moved to Germany. And then later on, because of the ISSCO funding, we were bound to bring some sort of innovation with respect to these small technologies in the Muslim world. So then we turned to Muslim countries, which include Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Malaysia, Turkey, and even Nigeria as well. We are organizing different conferences across the globe. One of the important conference that is Harnet ICT, where I am also the co-chair. In 2025, in December, it will held will take place in GIKI Institute. We are collaborating with NUST as well as University of North Carolina, Charlotte in this conference. More than 4 sessions have taken place in Pakistan, and the rest of the conference were held across the globe. So that is actually a 22nd session that we will organize over here. So coming here, that how the youth of the 20th century is different from the youth of 21st century. And if we have a look to this, the youth of this century are digital native. For example, for the first time, I used mobile phone when I was doing my undergrad, and my children are using those mobile phones and all the gadgets they have from the age of 6 months or even 1 year. So they are more adaptive to these technologies. They are more aware. You might know back in 2001, one of the famous singer, and then later on become a religious scholar from Pakistan, Junaid Jamshed. I spent few days with him, and he said that my son knew much more about the modern technologies from me, though he was very updated person with respect to all these things. And same thing even happened today. As a professor of computer science and artificial intelligence, my son know much more about the gaming, about the use of new AI tools, about the new concepts that are coming with respect to that age level, or you can say that period in which he lies. Work is shifting with AI, automation, and platform, and that's why we need to update our next generation with the smart skills and smart technologies. And then onward, we need to update our policies, update our education system, and update our institution accordingly. It's not only the curriculum, it's not only the teacher, it's not only the university or the school, it's not only the classroom and the lab that we should equip, but it need a complete ecosystem that should be upgraded to address the future requirement for the youth. If we, I simply just look at the perspective of Comstek and then my affiliation with ISISCO, I mostly focused on the Muslim countries and Muslim population. And if we have a look, we have 10 countries with the most Muslims in the world that include Indonesia, then Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and so on. And with this high population, you just think about that if we train them in the right direction as per the future requirement, what kind of revolution we will bring. I'll give an example of Israel. There are just thousands, or you can say few millions of people, and they have changed the world with these technologies. And these technologies, you can say, have given them a kind of very top space in the nations, or you can say in the region as well. So focus on these things can bring us at the top as well. With respect to land, with respect to natural resources, with respect to human capital, we are at the top. But once it comes to the technological advancement, the technological adaptations, we are not number top, and we have to find out the reasons for that as well. Some efforts are still taking place, and we really appreciate that. You can see here the Muslim World League initiative to serve Muslims through digital solutions. So there are some individual solutions by some countries, by some organization, but by some personalities as well. But we need an individual efforts to come together for adoption of these technology, as well as to do the research activities over here. Here is an example about the Pakistan and OIC, and you can see here that the youth from 15 to 29, and then even the working class that is from 15 to 59 years old are more than 50%. And if we have a look to the growth in youth population of OIC country, that is even almost more than 30%. So as an academician, as a scientist, it's my moral and social responsibility as well that I should bring awareness among this bigger population, or you can say this big number of people, that what is the right direction and how an educated, or you can say a more technological advanced Muslim will be more beneficial for Islam rather than those who don't know about it. Here is the digital youth and skills that we should adopt, and we should help our children to know about it. You can't stop them to use these gadgets and all these things. They are very crazy to use it, but we need to means guide them in the right direction. They still use these technologies, but we should help them and we should guide them to use this technology in the right direction. Similarly, we should also have our own website. We should also have our own applications. We should also have all the necessary solutions that should be built in as per our beliefs, as per our religion, rather than allowing them to use all the contents which are available at the international level. So there is need that we should empower, we should guide them, and we should also build all those applications, websites, and access to the information which are in the boundaries in which we are allowed to. Here is a bit more detail about the digital natives, where we stand. You can see here the state of data streaming for digital natives in 2023. And every country have this record that what kind of data has been accessed by the younger people in last year, or now they are accessing over there. So then onward in digital native, this was actually discussed by His Excellency Iqbal Chaudhry sir in the morning. I was attending at that time online. So the Gen Z is those who born between 1995 to 2010, and Gen Alpha is even more advanced than that. And Gen Alpha is born from 2010 to onward. And you can see here that is the generation who know about the apple from the 6 months or even from months, right? And before that, if we move back from 2010, the leading company was Nokia, which is no more in the market. And the reason behind that is their hesitation and unadaptability to the technology. So one of the top company of the world is no more because they didn't realize the impact of the technology that it can bring in their life. So the new skills of the new words are very different. And therefore, the first thing is that we need to realize this fact that how we can do all these things. The first thing is that it start at policy level, and then onward it start at institution level. The third point is that it start at teacher level or classroom level, and later on even at the home level as well. Now education is very different. Earlier it was very simple just to convey and ask the student to memorize each and everything. But today's education is not only the delivery of knowledge, it also carry the skills that you should learn. It also enable you to critically think, to criticize, not to accept each and everything blindly. And the next one is creativity. You can become creative once you have enough knowledge about any topic or any entity that what can be the next. And critical thinking actually helps you to be creative. Once you critically analyze, you find out the problems, then the creativity is to resolve or address those problems. And the last one is character. That is one of the most important thing, that strong character is the main parameter that you have. And that's why if, in the last discussions, there are many things about AI and all those smart technologies. But the new thing is, which is coming in, is the responsible AI, right? And similarly, this character actually makes the human being as a responsible human being. You can create, you can critically think, you can produce, but the main thing is the positive approach that everyone should contribute positively for the human being. And over here is the Education 4.0, and you can see here that it's an AI-driven digital transformation of education to help businesses and people thrive in the smart technology era. And the standard for the Education 4.0 is much higher than 3.0. You can see here in 4.0, we are mostly looking for the fourth industrial revolution, where need collaboration and interdisciplinary research was focused more. But in the future, we have Education 5.0, which is more holistic, and we will need more emotional intelligence and life learning in our students or in academic personalities. And now coming toward the challenges facing by these youth is, the first one is the skill gap between education and industry. This is very unfortunate. I'm also a bit responsible in that because I am part of the curriculum committee at Higher Education Commission. But unfortunately, the meeting of that committee takes place after 2 to 3 years. The computing and the technological area is advancing every minute and every hour. But just look at the curriculum and that's why there is a bit flexibility, more than 20 to 25% allowed to the teacher, that they should aid smart technologies and new knowledge in their subject. Access to quality education and technology as well. This is a bit, there's a kind of some sort of injustice, I will say, that everyone don't have those academic or institution or those technologies which are very feasible. One of the speaker also highlighted the point of internet connectivity. Internet is just like oxygen these days. You can't survive without it, and many people are still facing the unavailability of these technology. Then another problem is the unemployment and underemployment. We are producing graduates, but unfortunately, there's no capacity available in the industry, nor in any other place to absorb them. and very less opportunities are over there. So the new trend with respect to this is the entrepreneurial venture. Once you can critically think, once you can analyze the situation, then you can provide some solution or innovative solution. You can commercialize it and you can produce an environment where you can hire multiple people rather than looking for a job. So the focus of a new means the new generation, or you can say the future, is that one should be a job provider rather than job seekers. And you can see here one of the big tech giants are these days very young people. You can see Elon Musk, you can see Mark Zuckerberg, you can see Jeff Bezos. Earlier, the people who own oil was the most richest people. Are those who have the business in iron was the most richest. Are those even who has diamonds was the most richest. But in today's world, they are not. And reason is the changing trend of this world. All those who have data are the richest people in this world now. These are the top 10 skills which Education 4.0 demand. And we can start from the first one, which is the problem solving, complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management. Look at this. It's not only your expertise in technology, but it also needs your expertise as a team member as well as a team leader. So how individually good you are, the same level of perfection is expected from you as a team leader as well as a group member or team member. And then onward, we have the coordinating with others, then emotional intelligence, judgment, service orientation, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility. Here is the changing nature of learning. You can see here, the top one is the rise of automation and artificial intelligence. So the best thing is to address this point that first learn about this automation and this artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is considered as the new electricity. Electricity doesn't belong to anyone, but it belongs to everyone. So the main, or you can say the wrong perception of the people today is that artificial intelligence only belongs to computer science, IT, or engineering, but it's very different now. AI belongs to everyone. Either you are a social scientist, you are a political scientist, you are an engineer, you are a medical practitioner, you are a lawyer, it belongs to you. Then the second one is the soft skill, then the lifelong learning, and the fourth one is the gig economy. The gig economy is the new concept that is coming inside, that how you can originate the entrepreneurial venture and provide the job to the younger generation. Here are some gaps that we have identified in the digital era. The first one is the global shortage of digital skill and AI talent. And it's everywhere. People are looking for experts who know about these technologies, but unfortunately, the people who has degrees are not well trained with respect to those skills. And that's why they mostly go for professional certifications in all those things. AI advancement and its development are very fast. And therefore, we need to make the same pace in our institution and our student as well. Teaching about technology must be emphasized in education. We have to come out of the traditional mindset, which is just memorization of things rather than doing the hands-on expertise. Here are some strategies for the future skills. Incorporate the digital literacy, promote STEM, AI, data science, security, and entrepreneurship in every field. It's not only for one field. Every person can have expertise in these areas. Encourage critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. And there is need of public and private thing. Unfortunately, both are going in different directions. And we need to bring them together on a single table to devise a mechanism and policy for the advancement and better future of this nation. You can see here with the changing world, there are more than 3,000 tools Many are available for research, generative art, productivity, software development, and even writing, essay writing, research paper writing as well. So important thing is that these 3,000 might be 5,000 in next few days. And you have to find out the best tool and the best application with respect to your area. This is still the responsibility on your shoulders, that you have to find out the perfect tool which can be used in biological sciences, which can be used in bioinformatics, which can be used in mathematics, which can be used in chemistry, which can be used in physics, computer science, law, pharmacy, and all those things. So this responsibility still lies on the shoulder of teacher and students to find out the best out of it. Back in 2010, when I was in US, there was a concept that scientists without border means you can move in Europe, you can move to Canada or US without any visa, right? The COVID-19 have evolved the new concept that is classroom without border. You can take a course anywhere in the world. And we have this experience by taking courses in MIT, in Stanford, in Oxford, in Glasgow, and all those things. And the next one is that the COVID-19 imposed is the scientist without borders. Science without border. You can contribute, you can share with all people in the world. And the religion of this word is humanity. And all the better things are, you can say, the advanced things that you can do for the betterment of humanity is a great contribution. This is the important thing that we should means share with our students to bring some awareness about the massive open online courses. These are free courses available online, and we should bring awareness among our students and our faculty members across the Muslim world that they should know and they should share with their students and guide them that how to do. The top universities of the world are providing these free courses. Even not only to rely on this, we also need to develop a mechanism that we should have our own courses as well. We should design our own courses, like the people over there might not be able to talk in the local language which they have. So therefore, we need to train our teacher and faculty member to develop such courses in the same pattern in local language. This is the mock market in 2032, which is almost 143 billion US dollar till 2032. And we need to look at our share as a Muslim world, that how much share we will have in 143 billion dollar in 2032. So if we actually address this problem and guide our next generation in the right direction, we might have this much share, as much land we have in this world. This is the new concept of artificial intelligence. The whole world is investing in this area, and therefore you can see that artificial intelligence in just education market is expected to reach by 88 billion till 2032. This is just a single field, which is education. And you can see here in other fields might be more than that as well. This is the gig economy, as I discussed earlier, a segment of the service economy that is based on flexible, temporary, or freelance job, often involving connecting client and customer through an online platform. So it means there is no need to start your job from 8 to 9 to 4, 9 to 5, and so on. It's now a very flexible approach. You can do your work whenever you want. You can provide service whenever you want. There is no restriction of time. There is no restriction of region or area, and there is no restriction on physical presence as we have in the older system. You can provide the services from anywhere in the world, but still the base is the internet connectivity and the infrastructure that you need for that. This is the new concept of responsible AI, that the AI should make sure that the development and deployment of the AI system should align with the ethical principles and values, including transparency, accountability, and responsible AI principle and best practices help to reduce the potential negative impact of AI caused by machine biasness. The important thing is that it should not damage any human, any plant, any environment, any other things, even not a bird, not an animal, and so on. So the responsibility should be fixed who are developing that AI. These are the role of policies, as I mentioned earlier, that we should focus on. We should give priority to our youth as well as to the future skills. We need to invest in the infrastructure, and similarly, we should incentivize the innovation. Those who are contributing, those who are bringing new ideas, those who are addressing the local problems. The problem which exists in Islamabad are very different from the problem in New York and Washington. So even the funding agencies like HEC, like Pakistan Science Foundation, Pakistan Academy of Sciences, they are funding those projects which address the local problems of Pakistan. And that is one of the positive things. These are the top countries you can see in the world in the area of education. And unfortunately, there's no Muslim countries. We are on top in many things, but we are not on top here because we don't give the due respect and priority to education. And that's the reason where you give the due respect. Now, if we have a look to the recently awarded 2 Nobel Prizes in the field of chemistry and physics, that has been awarded to those scientists who have used artificial intelligence in their solutions. So this is the award in chemistry, and this is the award Nobel Prize in physics. Jeffrey Hinton, which is also known as the father of artificial intelligence. So the take home from this topic or this session is the digital transformation is not about technology at all. It's about people. So thank you very much from my side. Here is our social media platform. We also have a Facebook page and we also have a YouTube channel, so you can look at our activity. Here is my profile for any kind of query, and if you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Hatak, for your insightful presentation. And if there is some question in the audience, please kindly, and I'll check also on online. Please, online participant, if you have some question, kindly send in the chat box. Okay, Professor, we have one question online. The question is, how can countries like Pakistan leverage disruptive technologies to create new jobs instead of losing them? This is one question.
Right, and thank you. The most important thing is we discussed that the new era is the digital era, right? So the first thing is that the job market is already changed, and we need to equip and train our students. You can see an initiative that has been taken by Professor Ehsan Iqbal, Minister for Planning, Udan, Pakistan. And over there, they are providing awareness and then training in the new technologies that include quantum computing, that include blockchain, that include artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, to train these people first. For this purpose, they have established National Center for Cybersecurity, National Center for Artificial Intelligence, National Center of Data Analytics, National Center for Robotics, and the theme is still to first train them to be part of those jobs. Just a day back, the Donald Trump have increased the fee, which is almost 1 lakh USD for the H-1B visa. And the scientists or the leadership over there in the United States said that the Native Americans are not equipped with those skills which are required for that high level jobs. And that's why we invite immigrants who have those expertise to take that job. So that's the case in Pakistan as well. You can see here that we need to equip our people and then onward to give them those jobs. The absence of the jobs is still here because the people are not trained. The international people are means a kind of hesitant to come to Pakistan. But the jobs are there, but the required skills are not there, and we need to work on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your kind